Okay, next we have Dr. Anju Kuriakose, who is a consultant in medical retina and uvea, Western Eye Hospital and Chaitanya Hospital, Kochi. And she is an alumni of Aravind Eye Hospital and herself is interested in contributing to online resources. She will be guiding you in how to use online resources for learning.
Good morning to one and all present here. Thank you, Raki, for this opportunity. So I'm going to talk about e-learning resources in ophthalmology. As we all know, as PG residents, we cannot carry this hefty books with us. So we all need some innovation, something to do our learning along with our practical OPD procedures. So innovation in technology have made everything online. So it is accessible to all, it is free and affordable, and we can access it anywhere at any time. So we can learn at our own pace also. We can multitask, for an example, we can cook and hear a podcast and do all such things. So this presentation was born out from an KGO article, Kerala Journal of Ophthalmology article. So there are the types of e-learning resources, which includes websites, webinars, YouTube videos, podcasts, and ebooks. I'll be discussing in detail about this. So for the website, iToday is one of the famous websites which includes latest news updates of ophthalmology and what are the conferences we can upcoming conferences, when is the last deadline for it, and for the PGs, especially for the PGs, they have this focal notes and this flashcards. So you can easily understand how do we, for example, how do we differentiate between an infective and sterile ulcer. These are for the last minute revision. It is very useful for us. Next is Ophthalmo Bites. This is by Shashwanti Mohan. It is very precise. Only the photos and few important points. It is also available in the Instagram recently. So next is Spotty Eye by Shana Sood. It is basically study slides, which is for the imaging purpose and basically for the AIOC purpose. So it is very precise. They'll give an image and the only one line explanation, so that you have to tell only that from when the AIOC is asked. Next is a very well-known website, eOphtha, which has study materials, blogs. Most of us would have seen that, practicals, exam resources, fellowship advices for the ophthalmologists in India. So they also have the PowerPoint presentations, which is specifically for the basic sciences. Each and every category like cornea, cataract, glaucoma, we can take that, refer that for the last minute preparation. So next is eLearn. eLearn is by Dr. Kratik Gupta and by Saurabh Deshmukh. This is, most of us would have read this during residency, and it has notes, AIOCs and question bank, and in how to prepare for an interview for the fellowship purposes. They have this question banks. These are the examples of. So next is the worldwide Wikipedia for our ophthalmologists. So it has all resources from A to Z of ophthalmology. So next is AIOS proceedings. Whatever we present here will be posted in the YouTube after 3-4 months, so that we'll be able to, even if we miss some session, we can definitely go to that and learn the session from that YouTube website. Next is a few outside India, abroad websites, which has clinical ophthalmology resources for education, grand rounds, lectures. Next is Retina Image Bank by the American Society of Retina Specialists. Next is iDocs, online community for ophthalmologists with IQ question banks for exams and courses in UK, not for India people. So next is the Muthuswamy Virtual University for Postgraduate. This is basically for how do we prepare for the ICU, FRCU and FRCS exams. So next is a well-known website, Atlas of Gonioscopy. Next is Orbis Cybersite, which is online courses and webinars by the Cybersite. Next is a collection of fun and informative videos. So how to learn ophthalmology, not just by seeing the human eyes. It is an animated one, so it will make it more interesting. So this is a fun intro to ophthalmology, again by Timothy Root. So this is for MRC of the exams. So next is a Neuro-Ophthalmology Virtual Education Library, which is learning and proceedings, which is happening if you are not able to. It is available in the audio and the video format. Next is iGuru. This is basic introduction to ophthalmology with flashcards and video lectures. Next will be the glaucoma lectures by University of Iowa and the famous RPEC rounds. It is a basic, all ophthalmology residents would have gone through this for preparing for the PG practical exams and all this stuff. Next is ophthalmology age. This is clinical ophthalmology resources for education. Similarly for the grand rounds lectures and for the videos. Next is the AIO standard website for ophthalmic news and education. Not for this one extra thing is it is freely available for the members of AIOS. Only thing is we'll have to go to the website and register once. Next is Atlas of Ophthalmology. It is a multilingual atlas of ophthalmology which includes everything from conjunctiva to strabismus, everything. Next is iRounds. This is a clinical rounds and image videos and tutorials for the basically focused on the residents. Next is ICO e-learning for the people who are preparing for ICO exams. Retinoscopy simulator. So many simulators are available like retinoscopy simulator, strabismus simulator, and for the squint, we have a software by Sudhir Singh. And next is podcast. Podcast is these are the very regular. I'll mention a few regular podcasts, which is very regular podcast on various journal of ophthalmology, and they have interviews from the ophthalmologist in this. And this ophthalmology off the grid is for the ophthalmic innovators to get inspired and motivate, and we will get ideas from there. How can we make it better? Next is for the retinal surgeons podcast by Jay Sridhar. Another retina podcast. This is yet another retina podcast. So this is snippets which covers by SN. It's ophthalmology topics and interviews which is happening from the Shankar Netralaya. And this is discussion for the exam topics. This is JAMA Ophthalmology Authors Interview. How do we publish? What are the options available for us as a resident? Next is the smartphone apps. I'll mention a few. There's basic eye anatomy when you enter the residency to get an idea how the eye is oriented, how the muscles are oriented. They have a video, audio formats in this. It's a cataract surgery simulator. We'll get each and every steps. How do we do with this? Is also next is eye tubes. There's an eye grader app. I'll just skip a few. There are apps for also FRC of exams also. Other types of apps are also available. There are few YouTube videos which is OroTube. There are a few other YouTube channels which will give us an idea how do we proceed more. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Anju. That was enlightening and